You're about to learn something that sounds like a work of fiction, but I promise, it's 100% true. In the picturesque city of Bruges, Belgium, home to cobblestone streets and medieval charm, there exists an underground beer pipeline. Yes, you heard that right. A pipeline that doesn't transport water, gas, or oil, but beer. And it has a fascinating story. Before we dive into the tale of this engineering marvel, let's set the stage. Bruges, a jewel of medieval Europe, is famous for its canals, romantic architecture, and, of course, its beer. Belgians have beer brewing down to an art form. It's practically part of their DNA. One particular brewery, De Halve Maan, stands out in Bruges. Established in 1856, De Halve Maan is a family-run brewery passed down through 6 generations. Their beer is beloved worldwide, but brewing beer in the heart of a historic city comes with its challenges. By the early 2000s, De Halve Maan's picturesque location, while wonderful for tourists, posed enormous logistical problems for beer production. The brewery produces massive quantities of beer, and their distribution process involved large trucks weaving their way through the narrow, ancient streets of Bruges. Imagine those cobblestone streets, designed long before the idea of large motorized vehicles even existed, forced to accommodate heavy delivery trucks. It wasn't just inconvenient, it was disruptive to the city's charm and heritage. Residents grew frustrated, tourists grumbled, and the brewery knew they needed an alternative. This is where things get truly innovative. Instead of relocating their historic brewery to the outskirts of the city, a move that would compromise its identity, the owners dreamed up an extraordinary solution: an underground beer pipeline. The idea was radical and daring, but they knew it was the only way to transport beer without disrupting Bruges' fragile infrastructure. The plan was simple. In theory, the pipeline would run underground, connecting the brewery to its bottling plant located a few miles outside the city. But executing this plan, that was anything but simple. The brewery worked closely with city officials, engineers, and even preservationists to ensure the pipeline wouldn't damage Bruges' historical legacy. It took years of planning, tricky negotiations, and incredible feats of engineering to bring the project to life. In 2016, the beer pipeline officially opened, spanning over 2 miles beneath the city. Built using high-tech polyethylene tubing, it can transport roughly 3,000 liters of beer per hour from the brewery to the plant. To give perspective, that's around 12,000 pints flowing underground every single hour, uninterrupted. It was a game-changer for De Halve Maan and for Bruges. Delivery trucks disappeared from the streets, noise pollution dropped dramatically, and the city reclaimed some of its medieval tranquility. Now, you might be wondering, how was such a costly and ambitious project funded? Here's where the story takes another surprising twist. De Halve Maan turned to crowdfunding to make their pipe dream a reality, and beer lovers from all around the world chipped in. In exchange for their investment, contributors were offered perks based on the amount they donated. The most generous donors earned the right to free beer for life. That's right, free beer. For life! Of course, the beer pipeline was not without its challenges. Skeptics doubted its feasibility, environmentalists raised concerns, and detractors worried about tampering with such an unusual infrastructure. But the project overcame these hurdles with meticulous planning, good faith collaboration, and overwhelming public support. Today, the pipeline is hailed not only as an engineering marvel, but also a testament to the innovation that arises when tradition meets modernity in unexpected ways. In a world where headlines are often dominated by stories of conflict and problems unsolved, the beer pipeline of Bruges is a refreshing throwback to ingenuity and community effort. It solves a tangible problem while respecting and preserving the city's centuries-old character. And let's not forget, it brings beer from brewery to bottle at lightning speed. So there you have it, the remarkable tale of the world's first underground beer pipeline. Whether you're a history buff, innovation enthusiast, or simply a fan of a cold pint, this unique story from Bruges is sure to leave you raising a glass to human creativity. Cheers to beer, Bruges, and brilliant solutions to unexpected problems.